And I'll take down the slide when it's ready.
Good morning. This is Chair French convening the regular business meeting of the Kansas Corporation Commission for this Tuesday, June 4th, starting a little early this morning to accommodate a hearing later today. I'm joined by my colleagues, Commissioner Keene and Commissioner Keither. On our agenda today, we have 19 consent agenda items and 2 noticed items. We will begin with our consent agenda. Commissioners, you've had the opportunity to review the 19 items on the consent agenda. Let me ask at this time if you have any questions, and I will begin with Commissioner Keither.
Good morning. No, I don't have any questions.
And Commissioner Keene.
No questions for me either, thank you. I would move approval of the consent agenda.
Second.
We've got a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. Is there any further discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all in favor, please vote aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed, say no. The consent agenda is approved. We will now move to our 2 noticed items. Our first is in docket number 24 UTET 768COM, and this is a proposed order on prima facie determination. And our presenter for this item is Mr. Brian Fedottin. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, Commissioners. On May 23rd, Mike Hart submitted a formal complaint against Brightspeed, requesting Brightspeed move utility boxes located on his property. In his complaint, he acknowledges there is an easement and that where the boxes are, and the Brightspeed had a right to do what they did. This order notes that the Commission lacks jurisdiction over Brightspeed's internet services, and therefore this complaint fails to file a prima facie case for Commission action. But pursuant to KR 82-1-220C, Mr. Hart has an opportunity to amend the formal complaint if it turns out that it's not Brightspeed's internet that he's complaining about. So with that, I'm available for questions.
All right, thank you. Are there any questions for Mr. Fedottin, starting with Commissioner Keither?
No, I don't.
And Commissioner Keene?
None for me either. I would move approval of the order.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to approve the proposed order as described in this docket. Is there any further discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all in favor, please vote aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed, say no. The order is approved. We now move to our second and final noticed item on today's agenda. This is in docket number 24 EKSE 249CON, and this is a proposed order on staff's report and recommendation and the special contract. Again, our presenter is Mr. Brian Fedottin.
Yes, thank you. On September 12th, 2023, Evergy and Occidental Chemical Corporation filed a joint application to approve their energy supply agreement, ESA, or special contract. Occidental currently takes service from Evergy under a special contract that was approved by the Commission and is set to expire June 30th. On May 20th, the Commission staff filed both a confidential and public version of its report and recommendation recommending approval of the special contract. They explained that when determining whether a special contract produces a cost benefit, the Commission evaluates the necessity of the contract, whether the contract results in operational and economic benefits for Evergy and its customers, and whether the special contract results in just and reasonable rates. On May 30th, CURB filed its response to staff's report and recommendation, explaining there's evidence in the record justifying providing Occidental discounts for doing business in Kansas, and noting that CURB does not oppose approving the special contract. This order walks through those 3 factors that I just mentioned, but I'll gloss over those in this presentation. This order notes that based on the current record and Commission's previous dockets, this order expresses agreement with staff's conclusions that the special contract isn't necessary. Otherwise, Occidental is a legitimate threat to reexamine its operations in Wichita. This order also finds the special contract contains sufficient customer mechanisms to protect Evergy's other customers and should benefit those customers. The special contract is priced to exceed variable costs and contribute meaningfully to fixed costs that would otherwise be paid by the other customers of Evergy. And the commission finds that the provision allowing Evergy to call upon Occidental to curtail 85 to 90 megawatts of load during times of system stress with as little as 10 minutes warning is particularly beneficial to Evergy and its other customers, as it aids Evergy in meeting its resource accreditation requirements at the Southwest Power Pool without having to build additional generation. For all these reasons, this order concludes the special contract will result in just and reasonable rates for both Occidental and Evergy's other customers. This order would adopt staff's report and recommendation and would approve the joint application for a renewed special contract. With that, I'm available for questions.
All right, thank you. Are there any questions for Mr. Fedotin, starting with Commissioner Keither
No, I don't. Thank you.
and Commissioner Keen?
No questions from me, but just three very brief comments. First of all, that was an outstanding overview, Brian, I think, for the public record. Thank you for that. The other thought I would have is I want to thank the staff for the thoroughness with which it approached the task of providing the report and recommendation upon which this order is predicated. And finally, I would commend you, Brian, for the drafting of the order. I think the order sets out with sufficient particularity why it is that the commission is well, I'll speak for myself, why I'm inclined to vote for it. And I appreciate very much the thoroughness of the analytical process and the disclosure, really, of the rationale behind why it is that we're looking at this matter right now. Having said that, I would move approval of the order.
Got a motion and a second to approve the order as described in this docket. Is there any further discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all in favor, please vote aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed, say no. The order is approved. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, commissioners.
With that, we have come to the conclusion of all the items noticed on today's agenda. And if there's nothing more to come before us this morning, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move that we adjourn.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor, please vote aye.
Aye.
Aye. We're adjourned. See you all in a few minutes.
Thank you.